Hi. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You know, you like that. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hi, hi, hi. What's popping, yo? What's going on? What's happening? Yes, the show is over. We're still basking in the winning of winner this season. Mm. But while we are doing that, let us talk about all the housemates this year and this season. Unlike previous years, the last couple of years, the last 4 years, they've had them do only online auditions, but this time around, they had them do physical auditions, and Big Brother decided to pick the people he picked. And we're going to, discuss the characters, the personalities, and just, how they did on the show. To be honest with you, especially the people that left early, I genuinely am not sure that this is how they are or this is who they are or any of those stuff. All I know is that from watching them on the show, from their time on the show, this was what I could tell. This was what I picked from them, from their personality traits to their character, their behavioral patterns, just how they are, right? That's what I think, watching them. So who do I start with? Hi Nite. Hey. Hi guys. Hi everyone. Do not forget to double tap on your screen. That's how you like the video. Thank you so much. Anyways, guys, I don't know say I saw this makeup still fine though. The makeup still they look like say I just do them. I've had this makeup since 9 a.m. in the morning because I told you guys that I was going for Paul's TV's recording. So yeah, I had my face all made up and I went since morning and I said, let me keep it to come and show my people. And it's still standing. Abi now. Did I eat or not? Eight. Always on point, passes glow to the rescue. So if you want to do your makeup and you're in Lagos, please reach out to Passes Glow. Okay? Yeah, on Instagram and TikTok. Anyways, you guys, let us talk about Danboskid because Danboskid was the very first person that left the show. I'd love to see more of Danboskid because the kid seems like he's a good one, but I'm also not mad at his eviction timing because he didn't give much to be desired at that point. Absolutely, absolutely. You're so right, Mockingbird. You're so right. Thank you so much, Nite. So for me, Danboskid, just like Mockingbird said, that's what I think about Danboskid. And throughout the house, right, what I noticed about Danboskid was that he was so chilled. Like it feels like you will not catch him out of character as though he wants to fight someone. He's always trying to, resolve issues. He's trying to de-escalate any conflicts. He doesn't like wahala. Okay, what is the thing that you want? Okay, let me just do it. What is the challenge here? Let me just fix it. Oh, what is going on? Let me just. So he looks like someone that, is properly raised and he obviously is unproblematic. He just wants the best for people. And even though that was the trait that he showed in the house, we saw how he was also willing to, give. We all know that he's a model, fantastic model, by the way. We saw him during the extract task where they had to do the whole modeling thing, and it was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He walked the runway. And to be fair, even just the short time that he stayed in the house, he won one or two tasks, which also goes to show the type of person that he is and the type of spirit that he has. And to crown it all up, how he looked out for Zita was mind blowing. He looked out for Zita so much in this short 2 weeks. And even coming out of the show, he has always talked about Zita. When he found out that Zita was the one that was pranking people, he was like, oh, he definitely could have stopped her from doing that. And how he didn't like the fact that that made some people feel some type of way. And then The very one that I really, really appreciated the most was when the housemates sat in the lounge and then they started talking about Danboskid. They spoke so much of him, and almost all of them, in fact, not almost, every one of them, they had good things to say about him. Oh, he's caring. And some of the ones that stood out for me, for example, Coin, we all know that, week one, thank you. We all know that in week one, Coin was the one that felt like they were, he was crying. He looked small. He was the smallest in the house. He's in his 20s, and he talked about how Damboski would come and meet him and ask him, "Oh, are you okay? Are you good?" All those type of things. And he thought that it was just him that Coin was doing, that Damboski was doing that for. But apparently, he was also doing it for other people as well. So he will go and meet people randomly. Oh, do you need help? Let me help you in this way. Do you need anything? Let me help you in this way. And every single one of them had one positive thing to say about him. Oh, I didn't talk much with him, but he will always ask me, oh, do you need anything? Oh, I didn't talk much with him, but yeah. So that's what I think about Damboskid. I think that he's a good guy. He's a good guy. And to be fair, him and Zita, he looks like he's the ice and Zita is the fire. Hopefully, something goes on between them. Nice, nice, nice. Good for them. And yeah, great guy. I like him. I actually, and that's the funny thing, yeah, you guys. The very first week, I liked Damboski. No, not week, the very first day on the show. Damboski was one of the guys that I liked. He came on the show, Mr. Ideal, the body build, everything. He was looking really good. I was like, okay, give it to us, bro. The girls in the house, they're about to shake. And once the boy gone quiet, I said, this is the happen. But yes, when he started, paying attention to only Zita and just being with her all the time, he lost me. But besides that, great guy. Then the next person I want to talk about is Ibifubara. Ibifubara, what I know for a fact is that Ibifubara is smart. Ibifubara is intelligent. Like, you cannot take that away from her. She's well grounded. And I don't know if her career path is part of it, but then there are still people that will go and read a particular course or tour a particular career path, and then they are not well grounded. But for Ibi Fubara, she was full of wisdom. Like, she was full of wisdom. She has knowledge in a lot of things. And as Dede will call her, Dede will say, "Oh, Ibifubara is the dictionary in the house." Like, she knows so much. And another thing again about her is the fact that you cannot necessarily, come to her with bad conversations about someone else. She will try to, point out one good thing about the person and just make you see that, okay, this is it. And I feel like that was given, um, a psychologist, and, you know, no matter how bad someone is and they come to me for help, I'm going to try to, hear them, see them, and, relate with them. That's what I think about Ibifubara. Yes, thank you so much, Mokimbe. Let me read this. Ibi was captivating. I only detached myself from her once she joined the wrong group. She contributed some gossips that left a sour taste in my mouth. Victory also is a psychologist with all his dramatic, aggressive antics. You see. So yes, I agree with you that Ibifubara joined a group, and it felt like that group was, formed within or around gossiping and all those things, which you can still tell that in as much as she's in the group, she wasn't necessarily comfortable with some of the conversations. And when she even tries to contribute, you see some people like they'll be saying some things and they just sit there, they don't necessarily contribute. And I feel like that was it for Ibifubara. A lot of people came to her with a lot of conversations, a lot of people came to her, and she was able to still manage herself regardless. And even outside the house, there's how she has carried herself. There's no bad energy from her side. She's just there. But one thing for sure is that she's smart. She's very, very grounded, well-rounded in knowledge. And yeah, that's so cool. I like her for that. Plus, she's from Port Harcourt, River State. She's my South South sister. The next person that I'm going to be talking about is drumrolls. Who should it be? Who should it be? I'll leave Kayikunmi for last. Sabrina. Let's talk about Sabrina. So, as we all know, Sabrina, oh my God, the way she left the show, but I feel so bad for her because she came out of the house and then she was well, and there was no need for her to come out. But I understand from a production perspective where your leg is swelling, is not going down, and it wasn't just you, there were other people, a couple of people, they healed faster than you did, and your health was priority for them. And when you do a test and then the result comes back, everything is good, as a production, as someone who is in charge of somebody's safety, it is very important that you take all precautions, all measures to make sure that everything is fine. Because if anything should go wrong, they are going to hold the production, you know, um, accountable for that. For example, as a filmmaker, I'm also a first AD. The job of the first AD on set is to make sure that everybody is safe. There is the safety of the people. Make sure that make sure that there's a medic on set. One, make sure that people get medical care. Make sure that the environment is safe enough. And if they need to take safety measures, is the AD that communicates that to them. So as an AD, I'm responsible for people to the point of if they are hungry and they are not fed on time, it is my responsibility as the AD to make sure that people are well fed to be able to do their jobs diligently. So I feel like what the production team had done was that, okay, you were sick this way. And even though the result has come back that you're well now, we still want to take precaution. We still want to be very, very sure. So, you know what? Stay back. Hold on. Let's still see. Stay back. And then they still were not convinced. That's why probably they told her to go back home. And again, her coming back to the show. What do you think it would do for the show? How does it add or what does it take away from the show? I feel like that was the conversations that they had. It's not like it's a simple conversation and they just decided to do someone dirty, but they had to make the hard decision. It was definitely a tough one for them, and I feel like that was what they did with Sabrina. But yes, that's not about Sabrina. Sabrina, I think that she's a sweet person. I see how she always gives warm hugs in the house, how she's, having conversations with a lot of people. A lot of people came to her because she felt really easy to speak to, felt easy to talk to. When you're with Sabrina, it feels like you have a friend. Imagine somebody like Telma that she doesn't think that she needs friends. She doesn't think that she's a friendship person, but she warmed up to Sabrina. And that is because Sabrina is so warm. She will receive you, she will welcome you as though like you are her person. And she did that with almost every single one of them in the house. Tell me one person in that house that Sabrina had issues with, quote and unquote. She didn't necessarily have issues with anyone. And that's why when she wanted to leave, she will come and then she will come and tell the housemates, oh, you guys, I'm going to miss you guys. This is me. This is how it is. I want you guys to know that I'm going to be fine. Make sure that you play the game really well. Looking out for the people. And that is what I think about Sabrina. And again, coming out of the house, one thing that I've realized is how she speaks so much about God and how God is very, very important in her life. Like you cannot take away the fact that everything that she does, there is God in it. You always hear, oh, I bless God for this. Oh, I'm blessed. God is, she always says God, God, God. And I like that for her because no matter what it is that you are doing, it is very important that you acknowledge the person who is in charge of your life. And if you feel like there is an extraordinary, blessing, favor, grace, whatever, it is very good to acknowledge it. And she does that very, very well. Are we analyzing this four tonight? Yes, we're analyzing the four of them. Four. So every day we're going to be doing four people because there are many, 29 people. There are a lot. If I say I want to do one or two or something, we're going to keep going for 1 month. So it's going, can you imagine 29? It means that it's one whole month, one entire month. So that's why I'm doing four so that it's shorter. So I wish you could say something positive about Sabrina, but I got none. Shame. I dislike her to. Are you serious? Please tell me. Tell me one or two things that she did. I know that she was in a couple of conversations, but mm, not liking her. I can't remember. To be honest, some of the things that she even did in the house, I don't have a lot of memory about it because they were not necessarily significant, you know. I'm not going to say that it's a significant thing that she did, neither negative or positive, that stood out that will make me really remember her in any of those ways. And that's why I'm just talking about how people warmed up to her, you know, as opposed to talking about her personality. Then Kaikumi, KK, as Isabella will call him. Kaikumi for me is, what's the word I will use? Kaikumi, I don't know why it doesn't look like I don't think he's bold. I feel like he hides under the shadow of a lot of things generally, talking about how you can't say things with your full chest. You are not confident in the things that you say or the things that you want. You're sort of, you know, indirect. You know, his traits in the house was quite something because I don't want to delve into his relationship with Isabella, but how he came into the house, they had described somebody for you. You didn't wait to do proper research. I mean, how will I put it? You didn't wait to do proper identification of who you are supposed to be looking for in the house. At the first person you saw, you jumped at her because they said she has a child, and you just jumped at her. Like, why didn't you just wait, take your time, make sure that you know what you want before you now start building a friendship with the baby mama that was in the house that you were looking for? Like, you could have done that, but no, he didn't. He just went with his um what's the name now? He just went with the fact that he was unsure and he ran with it. Like, stay, be sure, and then you make the move. But you know, that's one of the things that made me think that, oh, this guy, where do you stand? The second one was that you have gone to the house, somebody is giving you green light, you have already accepted the green light. Meanwhile, you like somebody else. What stopped you to just be outright with what you want? Like, you didn't want Isabella, at least not at that time. You could have, you know, said, okay, hold on. The same way that Isabella came to meet Faith. Faith was like, no, please, I don't do kisses. Don't kiss me. And that was not the first time. She had done it in the kitchen. She had done it in the lounge. Faith was like, no, I don't do that. The same way that Faith would tell Mimi, no, please don't kiss me. No, I don't want. Please move, because he knows what he wants and he will say that I don't want this. If Isabella is making advances at you or whatever it was and you liked me there, why didn't you, for the life of me, tell Isabella, hold on, I understand that, oh, I'm not saying I don't like you, whatever, but just hold on. Why give her green light, accept all her advances first, even after the first kiss and all the things going on, then you now suddenly say you want me there? It was also giving, oh, I'm not sure, I don't know what I want, you know, that. Then, when he now started having issues with Isabella, yes, we know how Isabella can be exhausting. We know that. Sometimes she blows things out of proportion. She sees things in a particular type of light. So because of that, you know that anybody that is with Isabella, the person will hear me. But the fact that Kaikumi went from place to place, having conversations with different people. Gigi Jasmine will talk to him. They will advise him like a baby. He will be there sulking. He will go again, talk to Victory. They will advise him like a baby. He will go again, be there sulking. You will go, like, don't you have a mind of your own? Can't you stand and make your own choices? You know, it was just somehow. And at the end of the day, after acting like, oh, he doesn't want, he won't stay there, he will leave, he will this, he will that, still same thing, wasn't sure, always unsure of what he wants to do, always unsure of his next move. And then at the end of the day, he was out of the show. He came out of the show and then he started tweeting things and acting like he's now the big guy, or he now has mind to say some of the things that he wants to say. He even has the mind to be dragging Bryce Morgan, and Bryce Morgan wanted to use somebody to do Yahoo, and now he doesn't want to, you know, he don't collect this thing now, he no want show working abi, how did he tweet it? And then he's going around talking about how Isabella moves on fast, you know, talking about all those things. But then when you were right there with these people, you don't get this type of akpobi now. The other day that he called Bright a bitch, see how Bright wanted to, pounce on him. He was shivering like a chicken. So I think that for him, I'm not going to say he's a bad person or anything. I don't know so much about his character or any of that. But what I know is that he's very unsure. He's sort of, you know, hides behind a lot of the things that he would probably like to do. And yeah, that's what I think. I loved how Thelma and Kayikunmi's plans didn't work. I'm so over Yahoo Yahoo sheep. That was one of the reasons season 9 was boring. All those ships were, yes, prearranged. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's true. You're right. Sabrina said a lot, Sha. Number one, starting the rumor that Dede is a sugar baby just from analyzing her wardrobe. Number two, her and Pitana starting and stating Dede has no brains. It's Sultana you're calling Pitana. It's just clocking now. Oh my God, Mockingbird. This all happened within the first 3 days. Yeah, that was so crazy to me. Sultana, Doris, Sabrina, Ibifubara, who else? I think they were the ones that started this narrative of the fact that, oh, Dede is a sugar baby, Dede doesn't have brain. And in my mind, why would you even say that? If we're being honest, this entire housemates, the entire, especially the girls, how many of them have real jobs that pays their bills? How many of them are doing something that we can say for sure that, okay, give us your financial records, how you earn your money, what you do? It's just few. Tracy, she was a graduate trainee that was working in oil and gas before she came in the house. So definitely she was working and it can pay her bills. Which other girl in that house had business? Okay, Thelma Lawson. Thelma Lawson has a physical spa and skincare brand, and you can walk into her shop and purchase anything that you want. She has been running that business for years. Which other person in that house can tell me for sure that, okay, I do this business and this is what pays my bills, this is what feeds me, and is running smoothly enough for me to use it to afford the type of lifestyle that I now live? There's very few of them. So why did they think that they had the right to sit down and talk about it the way they did? Which work did they do? If they claim say they which work should they do, where should they afford the things? You, all the things that you could afford, which work you they do? What do you do, sis? Tell me, what do you do to be able to sustain your career? Doris acts, Emisi acts. Doris and Emisi, they are actors. Me, I'm a filmmaker. I know how much you pay actors that are not A-list, B-list, or even C-list. A-list actors, yes, they make money. B-list actors, yes, they make money. YouTube actors that are in films back to back, by the time you compile all their monies together, then you say, okay, they make money. But people who will not know their face, that they've not appeared in up to 100 movies. For example, let's say they are doing YouTube